Welcome, everyone, and welcome to this version of Shooting the Shit that I call Chiseler's Hall of Shame, as well as supporting the public Facebook Messenger group Alpha Males. And it's an uncensored, multi-topic talk show, a cyber man cave, if you want to call it that. We discuss many subjects that are important to men, and we can talk about exercise, fitness, nutrition, pro wrestling, relationships, alpha male talk, and let's see, and our consumer advocate segment, Chiseler's Hall of Shame, where people can tell their stories about when and how and by whom they were ripped off. And I'm waiting for Fart Doctor. He said he wanted to be on the show because I know he has some heavy-duty material. He's got some heavy-duty material, that's for sure. Because the pandemic has brought out many scammers. If you thought capitalism was underhanded before, especially retail, if you thought it was underhanded before, forget it. Pandora's box has been opened up, and it is definitely out of control. It is definitely out of control. Okay, we have, all right, Sid. How you doing, Sid? Yes, I say that. I say that. I agree with you there, but I don't agree with you with the vaccines that are the only way to achieve herd immunity and save our asses. No. Now, if you don't want to get the vaccine, you have that right. But if you're working for a company which is private property, it's not public, all right? You're working for a company, it's private property, or you walk into a bar or a restaurant. Let's say you walk into a nice restaurant, whether it be a takeout or a nice sit-down restaurant, or let's say you walk into a gift shop in a retail store, and they require you to wear a mask, or you're an employee of a private company, which is not public, it's private. It's like somebody walking into your house. you have to abide by their rules. And if their rules are, because people are working in close quarters, close proximity in the office, they have to be vaccinated. If you don't care about yourself, at least the concern is to protect other people. Okay, and don't forget, if you test positive for COVID, or even worse, Delta, you could bring it home to your loved ones, to your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, children, so on and so forth. So publicly, if you're in public, yeah, it's your body, it's your choice. You have that choice. You don't want to wear a mask? Don't wear a mask, but don't belittle other people for wearing a mask. You don't want to get vaccinated? Well, it's your life, it's your choice, your body. Don't get vaccinated. But others have the right to protect themselves, and they have a right to get vaccinated and to wear a mask without being harassed by right-wing, flag-waving, reactionary imbeciles. So it's just the same thing with abortion. A fertilized human egg is no more a baby than an acorn is an oak tree. It is only a potential life. That's all it is. And a woman, as long as she doesn't have a fully developed child, has a right not to carry the baby to term. Okay? It's nobody's damn business. It's nobody's damn business that if she's low income, she can go to Planned Parenthood. These are what you call like evangelical religious zealots. These are religious fanatics. They're freaks. It's not Christianity. They're part of a cult in reality. So your body, your choice. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, okay, all right. I know social media and mainstream media is trying very hard to weed out misinformation. But if you watch conspiracy theory videos on YouTube and you choose not to trust Pfizer or Moderna, that is your right. It's your right, I think, not to get the vaccinations. But if you work for a company that makes it mandatory and you choose not to, they have a right to fire you for not complying with company policy. Because why? It's private real estate. It's not public land. You're not in public. So you have to abide by their rules. Just like the father tells his children, my house, my rules. All right. Of course, big pharma, big oil, big agra. It's evil to me. Corporate control is the very definition of fascism. Fascism is corporate control. Corporate control, including paying off congressmen and senators and controlling the government by way of corruption. Then you have cronyism, doing favors for people who you call a friend. They, one hand washes the other, and people get bribed, and they have a choice of either taking the bribe and owing the big favor or not taking it. Jesse Ventura once said that a politician is not obligated to meet with lobbyists, which is true. Now, if you meet with lobbyists, you know what's coming. The big bribe, right? I'm sure Mitch McConnell, ugly old turtle face, is not reluctant to shy away from lobbyists. That's right. That's right. That's right. And guess what else is corrupt? Sid, the two-party system. That's why I am not a registered Democrat or Republican. I am an independent progressive, but that's not on the form. If you notice, when you register to vote, it only mentions the two parties, two major parties. Why doesn't it mention other parties? Huh? So, in other words, they want control of everything, including we the people. Okay. They want to brainwash we the people who are those that pay their salaries. It's funny how that works. Right? We pay their salaries. They want us to march in lockstep to everything they say and believe they're bullshit. Well, you know what happens when you get married, especially if you have one kid. You know what happens. That forget about equality. The woman gets a lawyer, and she could take the man to the cleaners. Literally, I mean, lock, stock, and barrel. Absolutely. She's got you by the balls, man. Oh, they all make a fortune with the golden parachutes. Of course. You know who else makes a fortune? The Now I don't believe that a fundraising charity should have a CEO, but believe it or not, they have CEOs. Even they make a fortune. That's why you have the so-called scamming administrative fees. So if you donate $1 to the United Way, March of Dimes, or whatever, American Red Cross, only, who knows, maybe 25 cents on that dollar, or maybe even less, actually goes to the worthy cause. It's a scam. I don't give money to any major charity. They have CEOs. Charities should be voluntary. It should be made up of all voluntary labor, voluntary workers that have compassion enough to volunteer their time towards the worthy cause. They don't need a president. They don't need a CEO, a whore, glorified prostitution, or they're actually the worst, uh, sucking the lifeblood out of the charity and stuffing their pockets. So, getting back to what you're saying, CEOs, scum of the earth, they're the ones that bribe the politicians. Uh, they are the soldiers of Satan. Corruption in two major parties. Um, the CEOs send lobbyists. The CEOs grease the palms, okay, of the fat cats. Unlimited costs. Well, remember, you know, you take the same drug that is prescribed, let's say, prescribed for HIV patients, AIDS patients, and you take the same exact drug sold in India, and it is a tiny fraction of what the United States sells that drug. They price gouge. In the U.S., one of the evils of capitalism is price gouging, and if they have the industry by the balls, they can price gouge, and they don't care about who needs a life-saving drug. I don't even want to call it a medication because a lot of them just take care of the symptoms. But yeah, unlimited. It's totally out of control. But what are the establishment two-party system politicians are doing about it? Nothing. Nothing. They're taking forever to do everything that's good for the bottom 98% of the population. Taking their sweet ass time. Well, he definitely has plenty of skeletons, Sid, that are just ready to fall out of his closet. You know, he's not exactly the angel that he's portrayed. If you look way back in his political career history, believe me, I did not support Joe Biden or Amy Klobuchar or Kamala Harris, the giggler, or the fake, phony fraud Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren during the Democratic primaries. They are all establishment politicians that are on the take, accepting campaign contributions from the fat cats, which means they owe huge favors. They owe big favors. Okay. And Joe Biden must be on medication because he doesn't have the physical strength to give a speech without people putting their ear close to the television. I mean, I have to turn the volume way up when he talks because towards the end, I would say the last half of his speeches, his vocal volume goes way down. Way down. All right, now where are these people that were supposed to come on and do Chiseler's Hall of Shame with me? I mean, I have some materials. I know one of them gets out of work at 4 p.m. Joe Salza. I can count on Joe, but I don't know. Willie Brown. Hey, there's a lot of dirt that's covered up. A lot of dirt. So anyway, for those that want to appear on the show by way of webcam and or microphone, the link is right here in the comments section. The link to join. Just type in your name and please insert an avatar and come on the show. As long as you're not a troll, as long as you don't come on intoxicated and, you know, in a bad mood, nasty or whatever, as long as you show respect for the other people on the panel, you're welcome to join the show. The description of the show is in the title and pretty much in the scrolling marquee that you see on the bottom. Now, I'll hang in there a little longer before I do Chiseler's Hall of Shame. I had to change the format and the title of the show the last minute because of a great disappointment with my co-host. But I'm going to open up a craft beer. This one is New Jersey based, Ship Bottom. It's called Swell Dorado. You know, play on words like El Dorado, but you know, the wave, the big wave. Double dry hopped IPA, India Pale Ale. It's aggressively hopped. Let's see. It's brewed with Pilsner malt and high percentage of oats and wheat malts. Extraordinary mouthfeel. Aggressively hopped in a whirlpool of fermentation. And I think it's 8.5% alcohol by volume. 8.5. So I've had this before. It's actually quite good. Let me open it up. Waiting for the people that were anxious to do Chiseler's Hall of Shame to show up. Okay, here we go. It is has a citrusy, hazy appearance, you know, an orangey yellow, which is typical of a good IPA. Effervescence is decent. The head is vanishing rapidly, but it makes up for it in aroma and flavor. Hey, look who's here. Jason Cleveland, greetings. I am waiting for the one and only Fart Doctor to come aboard with so I could start Chiseler's Hall of Shame. But I'm happy to have you and Sid. Definitely has a citrusy floral aroma. It is aggressively hop forward. They don't mention the kind of hops, but they mention the malts. It's really excellent. I mean, it's the first New Jersey beer that I actually like. There's a local brewery not too far from me that pretty much sells all its inventory at the premises. But the problem is whether I ordered pale ale or I mean blonde ale or any, it doesn't matter what ale I ordered, including lager, they all come out hazy yellow, which brings up a red flag. Why would everything appear to be a hazy yellow tinge, coloration, whatever? If it's supposed to be a different type of beer or ale. Now I stopped ordering from them. If their stout comes out like that, then I know something's very wrong with the brewery. But it's one of those small microbrewery local places. They have events. You can go in and sample their beers and everything, and just like any other small brewery, they have a wide array of exotic products with all types of additional flavoring. A little pricey, you know, typical of rip-off New Jersey. Excuse me. See, I'm smart. I got the frozen blue thing here for my glass and the beer. There you go. And Bart Robinson is here. You know, that's one of the first, aside from what my grandfather used to order when I was a kid. Ballantine Ale was one of the first nationally advertised beers that I tried initially. Even way before I was introduced to Genesee Cream Ale, which I think is an excellent value for the money. My grandfather used to order soda from two companies. One was Whoopi Soda Company, and the other one was Brookdale. And they had their own trucks, and you could hear them blocks away because the bottles would be clanging. And it came in really thick glass where you can easily kill somebody if you hit them with it. There were the bottles that you return to the company, and then they would sterilize them and reuse them. So he would get on the phone because there was no internet back then. He would get on the phone and he would order. He would say, "Okay, let me have 3 birch beers, 3 root beers, ginger ale, orange soda, tonic water, tonic, celery soda, the cream soda, so on and so forth." They had all kinds, but it was good quality soda with natural ingredients. Then he ordered beer, same company, came in the same heavy duty glass that you would return. And it was a company called, it was from Pennsylvania. It was called Bergheim. It had the logo of waterfalls coming down on the label. Bergheim, where they use mountain spring water. And, Pennsylvania has a very high percentage of German immigrants. So they introduced a lot of great foods and culture from Deutschland. And that's the mistake they made. They're not the Pennsylvania Dutch in Lancaster County. No, they called themselves the Pennsylvania Deutsch, and the Americans didn't know what they meant by Deutsch, so it sounded like Dutch to them, and that's why the Amish and I guess the other people, the Mennonites and so on and so forth, they were mistakenly called Pennsylvania Dutch. But anyway, Bergheim beer, it was pretty good beer. It was lager or pilsner, or it's mostly lager. And it was pretty good, but I think they went out of business. But if you look on Google, you can find the logo, Bergheim beer. Good morning, my dear Masumi from Japan, from the suburbs of Tokyo. Good morning, my dear. Good morning. I'm waiting for the crew. I'm waiting for my new co-host, the one and only Fart Doctor, because we're going to do Chiseler's Hall of Shame. Back in the 1960s, all my dad ever drank was Ballantine Ale and Schlitz. Yeah, there was there was a beer, a local beer that was a sponsor. I'm talking about when I was a kid. Also, they were the sponsor of the New York Mets. It was called Rheingold. Rhine as in the Rhine River, gold, Rheingold. And I remember something bad happened to the company. where they dumped thousands of gallons of their beer into the New York sewer system. Believe it or not. People were in tears. Yeah. My mom was born and raised in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and her parents came here from Switzerland. Well, there's plenty of farm fresh organic produce coming out of Lancaster County, that's for sure. And they got some really great buffets. I went to the Shady Maple Farms in Blue Balls, Pennsylvania, and it was pretty decent. But my favorite place was an establishment where the local people ate for like $8.99, all you can eat. It was called Cactus Willie's in Lancaster County, and let me tell you, man, was it a great value, great bang for the buck. I tell you, I was ordering shell steaks with sauteed onions and mushrooms on top, medium rare to rare, one after the other. But it was all like $8.99. Then I took the hot home style peach cobbler that they had, and I put a huge mountain of peach cobbler. Then I went and put the vanilla ice cream on top of that peach cobbler, so it like drizzled down. Oh man! I know I'm making Homer Simpson sounds, but you know what? I know why the local people went there, and it always pays to ask the locals where to go. Don't go to a tourist trap. There's plenty of those too. Another one was the Amish barn for breakfast in Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. You know, the sign had hands with a bird taking a crap in the middle. Yeah, Bird in Hand. Very, very, very pretty area. I mean, you looked out the window while you were having all you can eat breakfast, right? And you saw rolling hills, rolling farms for as far out as you could see. Farm after farm after farm. Sid, where do people get the money when they make like 30K on average per capita? Well, 30K is really a drop in a bucket today in comparison to the astronomical cost of living. Where do they get the money? Oh, you mean because the economy is the shits, and so is the job market. Even though they claim there's plenty of jobs, but they're not paying a living wage. That's for sure. Nope. And people, especially women, have children. They need daycare. They need somebody to watch the kid to go back to work. See, that's where a lot of Republicans say, there's plenty of jobs out there. You lazy bums, go get a job, get a job, get a job. Yeah, okay. What do you do with the kids? They don't factor that in there. Rheingold. You kidding me? Wait, whoa. We're not so if somebody wanted to get, let's say, a Dodge Ram, whatever, turbo diesel or whatever the hell it is, if they wanted to get a big pickup truck, they want 60 grand for the average new pickup truck. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is something to bring up with Chiseler's Hall of Shame. And I will bring it up. Wow, 70 grand, big SUVs. It's out of control. Capitalism is out of control. Now, whatever happened to the word boycott? Consumers don't realize just how powerful boycotting is. You simply don't buy it. My grandfather used to be able to drive with his older car to the Ford assembly plant, which was at the time in Mahwah, New Jersey. He drove, it's about a half hour from my hometown, 20 minutes to a half hour, depending on traffic. He used to go there and he used to order his new Ford right from the assembly plant. No middleman, no fast talking, bullshit, blood sucking, lying scumbag car dealer. No, 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 no. He used to go right to the assembly plant. Now there's a phone app of a company called Vroom, VROOM, Carvana. Vroom looks like a good deal where they eliminate the middleman, which I'm so happy about because I can't stand car dealers. Just as much as I despise insurance company commercials, they don't say anything in detail about the insurance premiums. They're stupid. They're retarded commercials because they can't give any kudos to their service. They can't say anything positive about their service because they know their premiums are going to rip you off. And when I had my car, I got quotes from everybody that advertises on TV. And guess what? They're all crooks. The most reasonable rate that I found, and I was very happy with them, is the Hartford. Hartford, with the buck, with the deer, the antlers or elk or whatever it was, the logo. Hartford was by far the most reasonable. Another great company is New Jersey Manufacturers. But, this is the first discussion for Chiseler's Hall of Shame. Is the astronomical price gouging of new motor vehicles in the United States. Yeah, Shady Maple Farms had families of obese people, and they were like pushing me. They couldn't wait to get to the food. They were like pushing me. And like everybody in the family was obese, right down to the little kid. It's unbelievable. But it was good. No, I have no complaints about Shady Maple, but that was before the locals told me to go to Cactus Willie's. Right? A car salesman is like a local politician. They tell you what you want to hear. They pander for votes, and then once they get in, they forget all about you. And a car dealer did that to my mother, my late mother. She went to a car dealer on Route 17 South in Paramus, New Jersey, and the guy brought out Italian pastries and cappuccino and all this stuff. It was really super nice to us. As soon as he made the sale, he completely ignored us when we had to go back to the dealership. He completely blew us off. You ever see car dealer commercials on around Christmas time, and especially on the Spanish channels? I mean, they're hilarious, and you could see they're scumbags. You can see they're scumbags. Yeah, that's right, Sid. You said a mouthful. Fuck them. I have met female salespeople that pretty much worked on commission also, and they They're not as obnoxious and rude as the male salespeople, but they're still full of shit. You're still full of shit. Oh, they suck. People that work on commission, they don't care about giving you the very best service or selling you a product that they can back up everything they say about that product. You know, it's like let's say, I still say it's a ripoff to go to any car dealer, but there's a difference between going to a Honda dealer and going to a Ford or General Motors. I mean, you go to a Honda dealer, they have a reputation for quality that is second only to Mercedes. And really, Hondas do sell themselves. So thank you, Sid, for and Bart and Jason for bringing up the first inductee. Well, they've always been an inductee into the Chiselers Hall of Shame, and that's car dealers. And I mentioned insurance companies. They're also full of shit. They're also stupid and nauseating. Their commercials are obnoxious. They're really, really stupid beyond anything. Whether it be those dorky idiots on Progressive, Liberty Mutual, it doesn't matter. The General, they all wanted over $1,000 just for minimum liability, not counting anything else. But I do have to salute the Hartford. To the Hartford Company. I was very happy with them. Fart Doctor, where are you? Well, because of the mentality of American corporations. They only care about short-term profits. They don't think long-term. They don't think long-term as in great word-of-mouth advertisement, repeat customers. They just want to make that fast buck. And there's built-in obsolescence with American products. The first example I can think of are incandescent bulbs, light bulbs. You see how fast they burn out, you know, and especially like I have some exotic pets. In the pet industry, if you need to get ultraviolet bulbs, you know, let's say you have a desert species, and these bulbs are not cheap; they're expensive. Nothing is more infuriating to have that bulb burn out on you prematurely after you paid X amount. But there's ways around it. I know how to beat the system. There's definitely ways around it. So someday I'll do a show about pet care for pro wrestling. I know Ronnie S. I sent him the link. You know, he's pretty good doing pro wrestling talk. But yeah, it's the mentality of the American companies. Definitely. You know. Oh, Cactus Willie's. Willie. Cactus Willie. Well, look him up on Google. Ten-year warranty. That's funny. That's. I hope you. I hope you ask for a refund. You know, it'd be great if somebody with bucks would sue all these companies for false advertisement, and they can afford the lawyers to do it. But you might not need a lawyer if you threaten to go to the state attorney general. You know, so that's horrible. 10-year warranty, and they burned out in less than a year. You know where I get my bulbs from? Or, as they say in Spanish, bombilla. Amazon Prime. I get like packs of LED bulbs, daylight, natural daylight bulbs, LED. And it's been over a year. And as cheap as they were, they're still going strong. I even got the colored bulbs, you know, red. Yep, I got the plant grow, the grow lights for the house plants. Reasonable price, free shipping. God bless them, man. Amazon Prime, free shipping, low price. They deliver in a very timely fashion, and I got them. LEDs. It's beautiful, beautiful invention, the LED light bulb. Compared to the incandescent, and if you have an exotic pet, you can get a compact fluorescent ultraviolet bulb and a ceramic heat emitter. It's a ceramic heat bulb. It's all ceramic. No light comes out, just heat. Dirt cheap on Amazon Prime. Oh yeah, my sister loves her Honda Accord. She loves it. She had a Toyota before that was always in the shop. Oh, Ronald Tirio just sent me a message about something. Okay, all right, gotcha, Ron. 300,000 a year. See, the problem with having a very high-paying executive job with corporate America is that you're on salary. You don't get paid by the hour, which means your work week can be very long, which means free overtime. If you're stuck at work and it's over 40 hours, you're working for free. And I have a feeling that the hours for somebody that gets paid like that will be way over 40. I don't like working for free. I want to be compensated for my services. Oh, you're talking about 300? Yeah. Oh, you talk about the car. Oh, here I'm blabbing about something different. You know what you do, Sid? From day one, you put only the finest synthetic oil in your vehicle, in that crankcase. The oil changes with synthetic oil is not every 3,000 miles like regular petroleum oil. It's every 6,000 miles. Okay. every 6,000 miles, and your car will run much better, quieter. You'll get much better gas mileage with synthetic oil. Your engine will last much longer. It really pays to spend the extra money on good synthetic oil, 100% synthetic oil. So that, now, if you have a used car, like you're saying, you'll have to get a flush. You'll have to get the crankcase flushed when you do the oil change by somebody reputable. I would get it flushed by Honda, certified Honda repair shop, you know, in the dealership, and make sure that they really do flush it, and then they'll put the synthetic oil in there. But you know, they'll have them check for wear and tear. You know, you don't want, if your engine has any leaks, you know, any gaskets that, you know, if everything's intact, I would have it flushed good and put synthetic in the next time you need an oil change. Yeah, I know. I just caught on. Oh, you do? All synthetic? Oh, then you're good to go. Yeah, why not? Why not? The cars don't get rusty anymore like they did in the old days. You know, where you ended up with Fred Flintstone brakes, you know, with holes in the floor. No, you don't get that. Yeah, why not? You know, every 6,000 miles, get that synthetic oil changed. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, I prefer highways. You get better mileage on the highway. You actually, even if you had 6 cylinders, you get better mileage on a highway than a 4-cylinder driving around town. People don't think, don't realize that. But now, a guy I know from Tennessee got, I think it's a Mitsubishi. I think it's a Mitsubishi. It's a 3-cylinder car, and he's a tall man, and he says there's so much leg room. There's really great room inside, and it rides really nice, and he gets fantastic mileage, and the acceleration is not the best, but it's not bad. It's adequate. Yeah, so, and now they're advertising electric vehicles left and right in the United States. Now Cadillac is coming out with an electric car. You know, Nikola Tesla, well, the electric vehicle was invented in the 1920s, and it worked. Nikola Tesla perfected it. There was no problem with the electric vehicle. So you know that, Sid, you know that big oil with underhanded tactics suppressed and kept the electric powered vehicle off the market. And yes, the electric cars back then moved pretty fast. They moved real fast. Now today, with the big lithium batteries, today, you know, they're unbelievable. We just need a lot of charging stations, which Joe Biden wants to do. He wants to make sure there's a lot of charging stations, which is fantastic news for the environment, pollution, the whole Green New Deal. CVT. What's CVT? What does that stand for? Acronym. Anybody out there want to come aboard my pirate ship with their webcam. And Art Doctor, I thought you wanted to come aboard with all kinds of great Chiseler's Hall of Shame material there. Oh, it's 4. Good. My friend should be hopping on. Yeah. Let me tell Jay Terrio. Live at 3. Anyway. Yeah. Well. Yeah. My co-host stiffed me twice, and he drinks quite a bit. Maybe that's the reason. Well, anyway, nevertheless, we're all here. All right, so I might as well go to another subject. Chiseler's Hall of Shame. It would be nice if my co-host, my new co-host, would show up. Now, I want to talk about this space tourism. You know, all the billionaires that are in the spotlight now, they have this routine now that's very popular called space tourism. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Virgin Atlantic, I think he's British. Elon Musk. They're putting very wealthy civilians, whoever can afford to pay the astronomical fee, to enter outer space for a brief period, and then return back to Earth. Now, in a way, it might be a sneaky scam. Just look at it this way. They're getting people to pay the astronomical sum to be on board. You know, the spacecraft that looks like a dildo, you know, at the end it looks like the head of a penis. That's Jeff Bezos' spacecraft, which looks a lot like his bald head. They're paying an astronomical sum to be participants, to be, in my estimation, guinea pigs for these experimental voyages into outer space coming from the private sector. So they're taking a risk. These people are risking their lives to be an experimental guinea pig for, let's say, Jeff Bezos. They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid for it. They're doing it for. They're paying Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is making a fortune from them, and they're going up. They're going up for free. Hold on. Let me close this out. These people are starting to message me on Facebook Messenger, so I had to close it out. So they're going up there, taking a huge risk, and they're paying him to be a test participant, a guinea pig. It's not like they're getting paid to risk their lives and be a guinea pig. They're paying Jeff Bezos to be a guinea pig. And these billionaires are getting these suckers to go up to fulfill their experiment on space tourism. And they go up there for a short period of time, just barely leaving the Earth's atmosphere, gravitational pull, leaving the Earth's atmosphere, not too far, but just a tad bit. I don't know if they make a full revolution around the Earth, but they're not up for long. They just go up, they look out the window, they take in the breathtaking, dramatic, emotional experience, like the way William Shatner was carrying on. And then they go back and they re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, and they come home by way of a parachute on the head of the penis. Now, if it was really advanced high tech, the vehicle would land on the Earth like the shuttlecraft did, like the space shuttle. Not in this low budget fashion where the compartment, the penis head, where everybody is contained in, comes down with a parachute, like the old space capsule that they showed on I Dream of Jeannie. Okay, with the parachute. If it was really high tech. So, just think about it. They're paying all this money to risk their lives to take part in the great experiment of space tourism for these billionaires, when in reality, they shouldn't have to pay anything. Now they're going to start a lottery for people that want to go up there. So Jeff Bezos stands to make even more of a fortune with this space lottery. Now I understand his mindset. I look at the high prices in Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon. I look at many of the items sold on Amazon that are ridiculously high priced, but not everything. And I realize that this greedy, stingy fucking Greek, I think he's Greek, Bezos, it's typical corporate American greed. They're scumbags. They always were, and they always will be. It's the worst that capitalism has to offer. Almost as sleazy as retail. Almost as sleazy as retail with infomercials. And that is a big inductee into the Chiselers Hall of Shame. Okay, another one. I am going, actually, the last two Chiselers Hall of Shame inductees, I kind of want to wait for Fart Doctor, because he is the one that experienced this highway robbery in Midtown Manhattan. So I think it is only fair that I wait for him to come on the show, either by typing or to, like he said, he wanted to come on the show by way of webcam. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on those, the story of what happened with him personally in Midtown Manhattan. And it will infuriate people when you hear these stories. So I'm going to wait for him to make his appearance. Who knows? It's a Sunday afternoon. Maybe he had plans. Maybe his significant other said to him, forget about the internet. Take me out to dinner. It's Sunday afternoon. The weather's beautiful. Let's go somewhere. Usually women don't respect a man when he's doing a live stream broadcast. You know, pay attention to me. So maybe he got nagged by somebody and he had to go out to dinner. Anything's possible. Anyway, I want to thank everyone, including Mr. Ronald J. Tirio, for hosting a fun-filled Fandango Friday this past Friday. It was a great show, and I'm usually on that show. I was on the Wednesday show because the theme was pumpkin beers, and I happened to have one. I'll have to, if I get around to it, I'll have to make an attempt to get another pumpkin beer, because the theme on Wednesday will be pumpkin beers until November comes around. That will be the theme Wednesday on Ronald J. Tirio's YouTube channel. Wednesdays at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, Ronald J. Tirio does Dawn Busters for you early risers, which I'm not including. Believe me, I'm the opposite. I am very nocturnal. And he does Dawn Busters, but you can always watch the pre-recorded shows after he finishes. They will be on his YouTube channel. Okay, Dawn Busters. You can also view, let's see. Well, you could view my show on Sundays, but I might take a hiatus from doing it. I might not, because let's put it this way. If I plan on doing Keto Kings beer and barbecue banter, all right, together with the Alpha Males, Man Cave, and all that Red Pill Talk and everything else, I don't take kindly for my co-host to cancel out on me the last minute. So I don't know if I'll be doing it. Right now it's up in the air. Right now I don't want to do it because I had everything set up, looking forward to it. So sometimes I do a Saturday night show, but not lately. Not lately. Let me see, since the people that I invited did not show up. Let me see if this other person, the great performing artist, clothing designer, journalist, songwriter, the one and only Paul Anthony Mantia is out there. The great Paul Anthony Mantia. Okay. I'm just answering back Mr. Ronald J. Tirio. Okay. All right. While I'm waiting to see if Paul Anthony Mantia is available, because he just messaged me before, we play a little Jew's Harp, and then I have to go to the men's room. All right. Keep the evil spirits away. Okay. Sid, if you have any alpha males, man cave, red pill talk, we can interject that. Unless Fart Doctor comes on, then we can finish the Chiseler's Hall of Shame with his personal experiences that were not pleasant. And it will infuriate many people. Okay. I will be back in a flash. Okay. I'm back. Like I said before, I'm having Ship Bottom, Swell Dorado, Double Dry Hop, India Pale Ale 8.5% alcohol by volume. Very hop forward, aggressively hopped with an interesting array of malts. Pilsner malt, oat and wheat malt. I didn't think oats provided malt. I always thought barley did. Anyway, finish off this fine New Jersey craft beer. Ship Bottom is on Island Beach State Park. It is a Jersey Shore, as you can see, Jersey Shore brewery. There we go. And like I showed everyone before, that's how I keep it cold. So anyway, Anyone out there? Fart Doctor, are you out there? Any of the people that I invited, are you out there? I guess not. Let me see if performing artist Paul Anthony Mantia is there. Or maybe he's out and about. Well, for dinner, I am making this organic whole wheat spaghetti with this creamy cheese Alfredo sauce with fresh ground pepper in it. I never had it before. It has an Italian name on it. It appears to be an Alfredo sauce with fresh ground pepper, and they're using a specific kind of cheese. But 1 hour and 18 minutes is not bad. I'm still amazed that I've been on this long. Time sure flies. I mean, even going solo, I didn't think I was going to have a show this long, going solo. But apparently, thanks to you gentlemen, I had enough material to last this long. So, anyone new is out there, feel free to comment and tell us what's going on with you this weekend or this past week, or if you want to vent about a certain subject. It could be about anything important to men, you know. It could be alpha male red pill talk. It could be relationships. It could be politics. It can be craft beer. It can be cooking. It can be pro wrestling talk. You know, anyone new out there? Otherwise, I will have to finish up the show. You know, hour and 20 minutes is not too bad. Like I said before, for going solo. But I really appreciate everybody's input, participation. I want to thank Sid. I want to thank Bart Robinson. I want to thank Jason Cleveland. I want to thank the lovely Masumi from Japan. Okay. Masumi, thank you. Okay, that's it. If Sid is around and he wants to do some male activism, alpha male, MGTOW, red pill talk, he's more than welcome to do that. If he wants to come on board with his microphone and be on the show via audio, you can do that also. You know, the link is posted towards the top of the commentary section. If not, I'll finish up. I noticed the popularity of IPAs really skyrocketed. But IPAs were not nearly as robust and sophisticated as they are now. I remember the first IPA I had, it was clear. It was like a lager, or like a Ballantine ale. It wasn't hazy with an array of elaborate hops and malts and additional flavoring. No, it wasn't. It was far from it. But now, forget it. I bet every state in the United States has at least several microbreweries. I mean, craft beer has really developed into something huge. It has metamorphosed into a cornucopia of fermented beverages. Okay, going once, going twice. Anybody out there going once, going twice? Anybody out there? No. Going, gone. I will try to see if there's any, if the Red Sox are playing. And if so, what time? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Be healthy, be safe. Have a good upcoming week. My favorite time of year is autumn, and that's my biggest toast. Thank you, Jason Cleveland. I will see when the game is playing.